Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching. It is actually morning here in South Wales. It's a glorious day. The sun is beaming down on top of the conservatory already. It is quite warm in here today. Anyway, what I was thinking of doing is something nice and summery today. That would be good. But before I do that, quick introduction. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Click the subscription button, that helps the channel, and don't forget the notification bell if you want to get notified every time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's have a look at the palette and see what colours we're using today.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
Very quickly, I thought I'd do some lovely. I'm off on my holidays. I'm going away for a nice week down to the west coast of South Wales. South Wales. Down in Tenby. I forgot where I was going then for a minute because I got a couple of holidays booked, only short holidays because of COVID restrictions, but nevertheless we can get away. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I got some cerulean blue, some ultramarine blue, some hooker's green, some yellow ochre, some burnt umber and some white. That's all I'm going to be using today. And as you know, if you want to go to www.clive5art.co.uk, there's a full range of mediums and paints that I make myself. There you go, very quickly. You just go and check that out. I don't want to talk too much today about that type of thing. So without further ado, let's get on to the sky. Now, down in Tenby, there's fantastic beaches down there. Absolutely fantastic beaches. Now, I've found the best sky colour is an ultramarine blue and a little bit of cerulean blue. You get this lovely sky colour. And if you add just a touch of white to that, you can just lighten that up just a touch. There you are. We get this lovely blue sky colour. And today I'm just painting on a little bit of cardboard. This is a more of a relaxation painting for me today. I'm not going to be selling this painting or doing much with it really. It's just I wanted to come into the studio today and just paint away some stress that I've been having over the last week or so. And yeah, I thought it's a good idea sometimes just to do that. And as you know, I've gessoed my canvas. I put a little bit of burnt umber into the mixture and I'm just painting over that basically. That's all we need to do. So we need just to darken up the sky a little bit here and there. Just get a little bit of difference in the sky. Because the sky down in West Wales, it's a wonderful place to visit. If you've never visited Wales, if you ever get the opportunity to come over to the UK and go down to West Wales, and there's some fantastic castles and stuff like that, and it's a wonderful place. It really is. And I'm not being biased just because I live in Wales, but it is a wonderful country and it's full of history. And we have one of the smallest cities in West Wales called St David's, so that's worth checking out. It's actually classed as a city. That's where the patron saint of Wales is, or preached. But that's the city, St David's. Don't know too much about it, but I know I have been there a few times, and it's a wonderful place to go. So I'm just putting a little bit of tone. I'm not going to be too fussy with this today. I'm just, as I said, I thought I'd invite you into the studio today and just paint with me, just to enjoy, just to relax. Because it's not just about paintings to sell. It's about mental health and all that. And relaxation, and I normally burn an incense stick. But I can't do that today because I got a bit of a cough and nothing to worry about. It's just one of them things. Because the UV and pollen count is quite high today. And we're not used to it. As Welsh people, we're not used to it. We're used to rain and murkiness and cold, and we're not used to heat. It doesn't sit well with our bodies. No. So, Yes. If I sniff a little bit, can you hear me sniffing? If I do that, worry, it's because I just had a nosebleed. Yes, just had a nosebleed. Don't know why, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. But there we go. Just one of them things we have to live with. So I thought, right, maybe I'm a little bit stressed today. I don't feel it as much, but then with stress, we don't know. Sometimes the stress can sneak up on us, and it can make us quite ill sometimes. And I've suffered with stress for several years now. And the thing is with stress, we just learn to live with it. It never goes away. But we got to have stress in our life. We got to have a little bit of stress. Because if we didn't have a little bit of stress in our lives, we wouldn't get up in the morning. No, we wouldn't. And that's what it is. It's a funny old thing, stress. It really is. Okay, so let's just get a little bit of white and a little bit of burnt umber. There we go. A little bit of white and a little bit of burnt umber. Just to make that a dirty white. There we go. Just using a little short flat. Nothing in particular. I don't know what number that is. It's a half-inch short flat, actually. Just a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun. We're just going to scrag in some cloud shapes. Just let the brush do what it wants. Because clouds are free and they're wispy and they float there in the sky and they got no control. So don't have any control when you try to paint clouds. That's the way I found. The best way I found to paint clouds is let the brush do what it wants to do. Little bit of form if you can, but the majority of the time I just let the brush do what it wants, because it just looks a little bit more realistic then when we come to look at it from a distance, because that's what you've got to do, is look at this type of stuff from a distance. Just a few clouds wisping away in the background like that. Getting a bit of white paint now. And just again, just letting the brush just flip onto the canvas like this. And I quite like paintings just for fun. Because when we paint paintings to sell, sometimes I get a little bit, we worry too much. It reminds me of when I was a child and we played games, you know. When we played games when we were children, we didn't care, did we? We didn't mind. We didn't mind at all. We just enjoyed our life. And as we get older, we forget sometimes that we can still play. Just because we 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, even a century old, why can't we just play and have fun? Because we forget to sometimes. We forget to let our hair down. If you've got hair, I'm losing mine. But I used to let my hair down a lot. But I can't do it so much now because there's not much there. So, okay, so let's get a little bit of ultramarine blue and some burnt umber. And you can see this making it quite a dark colour. More like a Prussian-y blue type of colour. But I wanted a kind of dark blue. And I'm not even going to be worrying about the line being too straight today. Because why bother? That's my argument today. I don't mind today. I'm just going to go, wee. I'm playing. Wee. Maybe. Let me just put some land in the background there like that. There you go. Coming back in with some more burnt umber and ultramarine blue. Sounds like somebody's trimming their grass out there today. Bit of ultramarine blue now. Just in there like that. Let's just bring that down a bit more. Because if we can always paint over and make. I want to try and do some grass and stuff in a minute. Grass climbers to see, yes, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to get some of this sky colour, and I'm just going to flick that in. Yeah, and there like that. And then come down into a little bit of white. Do, 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 do. When I'm painting like this, normally I play a bit of relaxation music. Now, not everybody likes music on videos, but I think sometimes it's just nice to be in the moment and relax. And as I said, what I tend to do is burn some incense sticks and stuff like that, and just chill, because I think the important thing sometimes is that we should meditate a little bit. Now, meditation doesn't mean sitting there with your legs crossed and your fingers pinched like this, going which you can do, which I have done. But it doesn't all about that. Sometimes it's about finding a nice happy space and just taking time for you, because you're the most important person in the world. We really don't give ourselves enough time. We don't appreciate ourselves enough. We don't think that we are good enough sometimes, and we are. We are very, very important, and if it wasn't for us, where would our family be? Where would our family be if it wasn't for us? You know, this is what you've got to think of, and spend a little bit of time sometimes and just do something out of the ordinary. You know, if you're a guy, then buy some chocolates for your wife and just show her that you appreciate her. Just out of the blue, she might think that you're trying to make up for something, or you want something like a new PlayStation or something like that. She might, what do you want? What do you want? I don't want anything. I just want to buy you some flowers. Yes, but there's a reason. You don't normally buy me flowers. Well, I was watching Clive. You know Clive, don't you? He does the artwork on YouTube. Yes, we've watched him before, haven't we? Yes, but he said it'd be a good idea if I bought you some flowers. So, and but if you did that, then I'd get the praise and not you. You were telling me it takes somebody to tell you to buy me flowers. You can't use your own imagination. Oops. There you go. Right. There we go. So if I cause any arguments, I apologise. I try not to. Yeah. Let's put a few. You just have fun. Just enjoy. There you go. How's that look? Let me have a look at the monitor. Doesn't look too bad, does it? It don't look too bad. I'm still using the same brush, by the way. Still using the same brush. A little bit of white. And a little bit of that burnt umber. And let's just put a little bit of this colour in the background there, like that. A bit of blue, just to get a little bit of colour, just to say, look, there's some sort of land over there. We don't want that too bright. Well, it's good just to challenge yourself. Just use one brush. So easy sometimes to do such a good job. I'm quite good at making a mess of things. I am. I'm getting quite good of painting rubbish. But it's not about the painting. That's my argument. It's not about the painting. It's about the relaxation. And I got a video coming up shortly explaining at least 10 things that maybe you don't know about acrylics. So that's maybe something that's worthwhile watching, and I shall let you know in the notifications when I'll be doing that. It's very little known facts. Some are known, some are very little known. So I'm just going to get a little bit of sand, a little bit of sand, just coming down, just like this. What colour sand where you are? Well, whatever colour sand where you are is what you want to paint, really. Unless you're just painting something out of your imagination, a little bit like myself today. I'm just having a bit of fun and just enjoying the painting process. I'm not worried about the actual outcome itself. What I'm more worried about is how I feel at the end of it. When I leave the studio, how am I going to feel today? I'm going to feel happy, I think. I'm going to feel really happy today. The sun is out there today and it's really nice. A little bit of reflection, just a little bit of reflection on the sand. I do apologise. My camera decided to stop recording on me then for a second. I heard this little beep, and I thought, what's that? No! Oh, the joys, the joys. So we've put a little bit of light reflection just into that area there. So just using a little bit of moisture. I just want a little bit of that, like as if there's a little bit of glow in that. The sand is wet, basically. The sand is wet, basically. You can see. Okay, so what I thought I'd do now is let's get some burnt umber and just put in a little bank like that. It may be a sandbank or something. There we go. Sometimes we got sand dunes. There's sand dunes not far from where I live called Merthyr Mawr. Yeah, it's not easy to say Merthyr Mawr, but it is. There's some sand dunes not far from where I live. So I'm going to get a little card. I got a card here. You've seen me using this little card before. And basically all I'm just going to do is just rough that up a little bit like that. Just put a bit of texture in. There we go. Just very quickly like that, just to give it a little bit of texture, because we haven't finished with it yet. We have not finished with that yet. So let's get a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of white, and let's just get this to flow around like that. Get a bit of yellow ochre, some burnt umber, a little bit of white, just play with it. Let's just get this sandy colour. Sandy, oh baby. No, I don't know why I started singing that. Let's get a little bit more. I'll tell you what we could do. We could put another, maybe another shadowed area there, maybe like that. On this side we could do something very similar, but a lot lighter. Yes, I'm going to put I'm going to put a bit lighter this side, because I think the light is going to come this way, maybe. Thank you. That looks okay, doesn't it? I tell you what we could do. We could maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking. What do you think? You can see what I'm trying to do. I hope you can, anyway. Okay. What I'm going to do now, I think, is I am actually going to change my brush, because I'm going to find my... I got a script liney brush in here somewhere. Where's my script liney brush? There it is. There's my script liney brush. It's a very thin, long, pointy brush, as you can see. So I'm just going to get some hooker's green, a bit of burnt umber. I want to make this quite dark to start with, but I'm going to thin it down as well, because I want to put some reeds and this grass type of stuff in, like this. There we go. Little ones as well as big ones. We could have little ones as well as big ones. Boom, 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 boom. Put some shadows coming down. Get some bigger ones there, big clumps of grass, just sticking out the sand like that. A bit of shadow coming off them, maybe. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Do 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 do. A couple of shadows. There we go. So it looks like some shadows coming along the sand area there. What we're going to do now is mix some yellow ochre with that. We have some. Let's just get a little bit of hooker's green. Let's just go some plain green, because this side is going to be a little bit lighter because the light is hitting it. So we've got to remember that. Let's put the darks in first. Let's put the darks in first. Changing my brush. What I'm going to do is get a little bit of light yellow ochre. I want to bring a bit of light in. There you go. I think I'm going to do another seascape after this one. I got an idea to paint somebody on the beach with making a sandcastle or something. Because I need to do some sandcastle paintings now. Would be good. I tell you what would be good. Let me just pick up another little brush a minute. I'm gonna put a rock in the sand there like this. Maybe there's a few rocks and stuff. I'm gonna get a little bit of light just catching on the top of these rocks like this. Get the idea. And so as long as you got the idea, I've done my job. As long as you got the idea, I've done my job. There we go. Put a few bits of grass in like that. Now, let's get our lighter colour. Checking my cameras are not beeping on me. Now we want to put in a slightly lighter ones that are catching the light. Like this. Not every one is catching the light, so we've got to make a lot of shadow this side, so we just got to put the odd one in that's just catching the light like that. There you go. We get some. I haven't got any yellow. I'm not going to put any yellow on the palettes. I'm just gonna, actually, in fact, let's make a yellowy white. There we are. A few seed heads here and there like that. A few seed heads like that. And let's get some sand. It's catching the light. Just in there and that. There you go. That's looking pretty good. I quite like. It's not going to be the same if I don't put my little birds in. A couple of seagulls flying in the sky. A bit of white paint on them, just to maybe a few seagulls on the sand there. Let's get a little bit more light. It's like that sun is just breaking through. There we are.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive.
I hope you enjoy. Okay, have a nice day, have a fantastic week, and keep safe, keep well. Don't forget to click the notification bell and join me again for another fun painting. Right, I'm going to start painting another one because I'm really enjoying myself now, and I'm so relaxed I'm going to fall asleep. See you next time. Bye.